Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're staying safe out there. Welcome to a weekly chats with Austin. Can you believe? Okay, we did season 1 of weekly chats with Austin. We started back in October or November. I can't remember. It's either October or November last year. And I only did 5 episodes. Only did 5 because it was just something that I wanted to do, and I kind of wanted to see how you guys were gonna, if you're going to like it, if you weren't going to like it, or how things went. Well, you guys gave a big response to it. So I decided, start of 2021, that we'd kick off season 2 and we just go forever. Well, can you believe we're already on episode 20 of season 2? Can you believe that? Well, guess what? Season 3 is going to be starting really soon, and it's going to be bigger and better than season 2 and season 1. That's awesome, right? I'm excited about that. I hope you are. Well, look, before we get into the show, I want to tell you guys something. I think earlier today it was storming here. It was rainy, and y'all know that hurricane kind of came up the coast here in South Carolina. It didn't damage too much here, really didn't get much here. I was kind of surprised with what we did get. We actually did get a lot of wind and a lot of rain, but I was surprised we got that with us living so far upstate and on the coast. But for some reason tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the issue is with technology, but I cannot see any comments here on my screen. But I do have my phone, so I can read the comments on my phone. But I will not be able to post the comments on the screen like I normally do. For some reason, they are not popping up, and I do not know why. That's why y'all saw a few minutes ago I made a comment thanking you all for tuning in. My comment is showing, but nobody else's. So I don't know what is going on. It has a mind of its own, but I can see the comments right here. So don't be afraid. I can still communicate with you guys. It might delay a little bit, but I can communicate with you. So let's see who we have watching. I'm gonna have to, shift every once in a while to look at the comments. Stewart's kind of shifting with me down there, but All right, Doris Winslow from Canada. Hello, Wanda Watson, Wanda Bagel, Janice Fairburn, Kimberly Murphy, Jane Sibley, Penny. Hello, Judy Martin. How are you, Wanda Watson? If I say these names twice, I apologize because I'm just scrolling through. Patty Clark. Hello from Michigan. Who else we have? Lois Chapman. Oh, Stewart. That rings a bell. I think that might be your mom. Oh man. Let's see who else. Kathleen Kennedy, Margaret. Hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. So throughout the show, unless this automatically kicks in and starts working, I'm going to have to kind of just keep shifting back. And Phoebe, hello. I'm going to have Linda, I'm going to have to just keep doing like this the entire time. So sadly, I can't put none of the comments on the screen. So I'm sorry about that. So, hey, Amber, what's up? So when it comes time in the show to ask for you guys to ask the guests some questions, I won't be able to put them on the screen, but I'll read it to them. Okay. So don't worry about that. We're still going to do the show as normal. So anyway, let's go ahead and kick this off. I got that out of the way and let y'all know the little technical issue. And trust me, I have no clue what's going on. Through that video, I was trying to see what I could do, and there's nothing I can do. So I'm clueless. That's never happened before. Anyway, forget about that. We're still going to have fun. Who cares about technology problems? Psh, cares about it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and comment. Like I said, I'll still see the comments, and share this across all of my social media pages and yours as well. I greatly appreciate that a lot. And also, if you will, please subscribe to our weekly Chat with Austin YouTube channel. If you're watching on that right now, I know the YouTube channel is starting to build. We're getting a few people starting to watch on the YouTube channel, but it takes time to build stuff like that because I started off from ground zero. So thank God, people are starting to get on there. So it's cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. And if you want more information on me, or anything like that, or shows, or what's happening, with shows right now due to COVID, just visit AustinUrbanEntertainment.com. It's all scrolling right there at the bottom of your screen. And also, I'm working on a weekly Chat with Austin page on my website. So that's going to be really cool. I'm going to put some cool things in there to maybe try to interact with you guys through my website. So that's going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you're watching on Facebook on the Austin Urban Entertainer Light page, please hit that like button. It's absolutely free. Don't cost you a dime. Trust me. So it's absolutely free. Just hit that like button. And I think we're close to 4,000 or 5,000 right now. I'm not for sure. So let's try to hit that mark. I know you guys can help me do that. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's Austin Urby _ entertainment. Sorry, it's right there on the screen as well. Please follow me on that too. And this is not mandatory, but if you'd like to send a donation, a weekly chat with Austin to the show here, you can send it via PayPal to aielvislive1@gmail.com. It not only benefits me, but it really benefits the show and to make the show better for you guys. So make sure if you feel led to do that, you're more than happy to, but it is not mandatory. So I'm not a type that I'm not going to beg you to do it. So it's up to you. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Some of the comments are starting to come through now. So maybe we're working on the computer here. I still see them over here. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Nikki. Hope you guys are doing well. As you all know, I have my cheat sheet down here, and you got to have a pen to mark it off. So let me go over here and check this out before we go anymore. Okay, I think they're kind of delaying, but they're starting to come in a little bit from time to time, I believe. Yeah, they're a little slow tonight, but I see, because Stewart's mom commented like a few minutes ago, and I saw it, and it's just now coming through my computer screen. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're still going to go with it. What's it matter? So anyway, let's go ahead and press forward with the show. I don't know if you guys saw my post a couple of days ago. Well, not a couple of days ago. I think it was yesterday. I don't even remember. But anyway, it might have been yesterday or a couple of days. I don't remember. About my fan club. I'll be truthful with you guys. I'm a truthful person. I just tell you straight up. Over the past couple of years, we've been trying to grow my fan club with my fan club president, Miss Rhonda Kellum. So we've been trying to grow the fan club. And you guys have been becoming members and signing up and all that stuff so much that it has grown tremendously. So next year, or maybe toward the end of this year, I'm not sure what we're going to decide to do, but we're really going to take a major step and really step up the fan club really, really big time for you guys, and start doing some really awesome things with you guys and all that cool stuff. So if you want to be a fan club member of mine and you're not, I'm going to put it on the screen right here. All the information is right there. The registration is $20 for an individual, $35 for a family. And I'm going to take this banner off the screen really quick so you can finish reading the rest. You will receive all that that's right there on the screen, 8x10 signed photo button, membership card, digital newsletter. And there's some more things that are being added to that, okay? Several more things. We just don't have them all done right yet. The best way you can go and sign up for the fan club, the easiest way, would be to go to my website, austinurbanentertainment.com, click on the fan club tab, and there's a little online form. Just fill that out. It goes straight to Rhonda, who's my fan club president down in Florida, and she'll get you all taken care of. So that's no problem at all. And also, for those of you who are already in the fan club, you got an invite to an official private Austin Urby fan club group Facebook page. We decided to start doing that. So that's something else new that the fan club members, if you are wanting to join, or if you have already joined, you've already got an invite, but that's something new we're going to start doing. And we're going to start doing really cool things on there. You're going to get a lot of exclusive stuff with me. Maybe we're going to do some virtual stuff with you guys. You're going to find out information before anybody else does on shows and announcements and all that cool stuff. So it's really, it really benefits you in many different ways. And there's other things that we're gonna do with that page as well, and we're working on that. That's what I've been working on all this week. One of the things I've been working on this week. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, by the end of this month, or if not sooner, we'll be able to put out all that new information to all of you already Austin Urby Fan Club members. You'll get an email, and then if you'd like to join, just contact Rhonda Kellum. You can contact her right here on Facebook, or just go to my website and fill out that form. Very simple, very cheap, and we're going to have a lot of fun next year for sure. So there you go. There's that. Scratch that off our list. Also, everybody has been asking still, and I talked about this last week on the show, on my 2020 schedule, what shows have been rescheduled, or the shows that I already have that I've posted, what's the new date for next year, what shows is been canceled for sure and not happening at all, and what's been postponed. Well, I made a list, looked on my calendar online and on my phone, because my phone stays more up to date than probably my website calendar, but I've been doing pretty good at that here lately, because I'm the one doing all that now. So I have all of it written out, so I'm going to make like a little poster or a little flyer or something to kind of post here on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff to let you guys know the new dates and all that stuff, because it's really hard for me to keep you guys updated, because every day, like literally, and all these Elvis tribute artists and entertainers around the world can tell you every day our schedule is changing every day. This week I had 5 shows, 5 reschedule, 4 rescheduled to next year, 1 canceled. So it's changing every week, no joke. So that's that. But I do want to somebody asked a question. Austin, would you consider coming tonight? I am considering that, Doris. My mom and I have been talking about that. That is a festival she's been wanting me to come to, so it's questionable. So we'll see. We'll see how next year plays out, because right now, like I was talking to Jesse a little while ago before the show started, all of these shows that are rescheduled to next year, our schedules are doubling up, tripling and doubling, because we already have, most of us book a year in advance, so everything's starting to double and triple. So, it depends, but it is on my agenda to possibly be there, Doris. So just, we'll see. That's the best way to put it. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to be making a little poster to put all that information out on what's happening and everything. And also, not only that, I want to go ahead and put this out there, and maybe some people that have been asking me about this show will probably maybe watch this later, or either they'll see my post. I was supposed to be doing a show in Valdosta, Georgia, on September the 12th. It was supposed to be my Rockin' the Night Away musical variety show with myself, Dwight Bozeman, Michael Chambliss, and Samantha Chambliss. And we were supposed to be performing there at the Mathis City Auditorium, which is the same venue, for those of you who come, that I perform in February every year for the big Actos benefit concert that they do. I'm always their performer. I've been their performer since 2012. So I'm very grateful for that. So they gave me an opportunity to do something in September for them and for myself. So I took the advantage. But sadly, that has been rescheduled to next year. It's going to be September next year. As far as the date, we're not 100% on that right now. The venue's supposed to get back with me on the 1st. September this year to let me know an exact date. So that show sadly has been rescheduled to September of next year. Date is to be determined. So I think you understood that. I probably gibbered a lot of that, but I hope you understood. But anyway, enough of that. Let me tell you guys something that's happening next week with Weekly Chat with Austin. It's going to be completely different than what you are watching right now, which you've been watching. I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. Weekly Chats with Austin, Elvis Week edition. Man, it is gonna be incredible. And if you guys cannot tell, for those of you who were watching last week, there's been some more guys added to this that have been confirmed. So anyway, let me start from the top. This is going to be Weekly Chats with Austin, Elvis Week edition, August 14th through the 16th. We're going to start on Friday on the 14th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central. My special guest is going to be Jacob Roman, Bruno Nesci, Brooke Wright, Jacob Etter, and Aaron Walker. Those are going to be my guests for Friday night. Saturday night, my guests are going to be, that's August the 15th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central. My guests are going to be Riley Jenkins, Michael Cullifer, Cliff Wright, Frank Worth, and one more to be announced. I haven't got them confirmed just yet, but they are 90% sure that they're going to be able to be a part. But I'm going to wait and hear from them hopefully over the weekend and get them confirmed. My phone went crazy over here. I couldn't read the comments, so I had to fix that. Sorry. And then on the 16th, which is Sunday, I'm going to take this banner off the screen so you guys can see the rest of it. It's going to be the sing-along edition. So if you guys have seen Weekly Chats with Austin sing-along edition, you know what it's like. All 10 guys the five guys from Friday and the five guys from Saturday and myself are going to be on the screen at the same time. We're all going to come on individually and sing some songs for you guys. And then after that, we're all going to get on the screen together and we're going to do something really special for Elvis that I am planning. So make sure you mark your calendars and put a note in your phone or make a note, stick it on the refrigerator, and come and join us on August the 14th through the 16th. If you can't come every night, try to come one night because it's going to be cool. And the cool thing about it is it's going to be completely different than any other weekly chat with Austin. We are, instead of me asking the questions, and I'm going to ask some, but they're going to be completely different than our normal interviews. But you guys are going to be asking all the questions. And we're going to do Elvis trivia, which we're going to do that again tonight. But Elvis trivia is going to be completely different than what you'll see tonight and what you've been seeing. It's going to be a lot harder for these guys. That for Elvis Week Edition, it's going to be harder for them. We're changing the rules a little bit. So mark your calendars and come check us out on that next weekend. It's going to be cool. And the cool thing is I told you guys that we've been doing 20 episodes of season 2. The Elvis Week Edition is going to close out season 2. So I thought, hey, look, if you're going to end season 2, you got to go out with a bang. So why not go out with a great big Elvis Week Edition? So that's what we're going to do. So these 3 weekdays, these episodes will be the final episodes of season 2, and then we'll kick up season 3 a week or 2 after that. But I'll let you guys know all about that probably on a post next week or either Friday night when we kick off the Elvis Week Edition. Anyway, let's press forward. 2021 Austin Army Fan Retreat. You guys need to be there. I will tell you that I've been making posts on all my posts that I post about this. Seating is limited, ladies and gentlemen. So I can only hold so many people in this venue. And I will say the VIP is halfway gone. So get your packages quickly. This is going to be in the Great Smoky Mountains of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at the Holiday Inn Express on NASCAR Drive there in Pigeon Forge. 2015 Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Champion David Lee is going to be joining me. Michael Chambliss, Travis Powell, Matt Cordell, Samantha Chambliss, and whoever that other guy is on the screen. I guess that's me, and I guess I have no choice to be there since my name's involved, so I'll be there. But all you need to do is go to austinirbyentertainment.com, click on the Austin Irby Fan Retreat tab. You can fill out your registration form. You can buy your packages, all that right there on that website. So come and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great. I know a lot of you who are watching right now have already bought to come to the Fan Retreat next year, so awesome. I'm glad you guys are coming. And also, a lot of people's been asking about this year's Fan Retreat. It's supposed to be happening in September. It's still a go right now, but that could change, like I said, at any day and any time. But, I'll let you guys know when I know. That's the best thing to do for those of you who have bought to come this year. So that's where that stays right now. All right, 2 more things, and then we're going to get our first guest on here in just a few moments. But I got 2 more things. As you all know, we have started the birthdays here on Weekly Chat with Austin. So if you want your birthday announced on the show, email us at weeklychatswithaustin@gmail.com. All you need to do is submit the first and last name of the birthday person, date of birth, where they're from, and the name of if you're wishing somebody a birthday and they don't know about it, please include your name as well on who's wishing a birthday. So here we go. Birthdays for this week for Weekly Chat with Austin. Jason Alfano, if you don't know who that is, he's an Elvis tribute artist, and he's also known as Jason Baglio. Great friend of mine, known him for quite some time. He's from Louisiana. Happy birthday to you. And a good friend of mine from up in Greenville, South Carolina, that I have known for quite some time. She's came to a lot of my shows. She turned 16 today, if I'm correct. Emily Davis, happy birthday to her as well. Also, this week's famous birthdays, Neil Armstrong, American astronaut who was the first person to walk on the moon. His birthday was this week. Actress Olivia Holt and singer Tony Bennett. His birthday was this week as well. So happy birthday to all of them, and happy birthday to Jason and Emily as well. So don't forget, if you want your birthday announced, just email us at weeklychatwithaustin@gmail.com. Simple as that. Last thing on our list, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I made a post the other day with the first, now here's how I'm going to say this, the first official tease trailer for United We Stand Volume 2. Now, if you've seen our first video, United We Stand, it's on YouTube as well. You can look it up or you can find it on my Facebook page. If you did not watch it, go watch it because it's incredible. And this one, Volume 2 of United We Stand, is going to be bigger and better than the last one. Trust me. And we got some new guys that's involved with this one as well. So it's going to be awesome. So we last time we only made one trailer for the first United We Stand. Well, this time my goal is to make two before we premiere it. So I've already posted the first one, and hopefully we'll have the second tease trailer maybe over the weekend, or be able to post it maybe the first of next week for you guys. And I know a lot of you have been asking when's the premiere date. I can tell you it's going to be premiered this month. As far as the date, I don't know. I have a date I'm shooting for, but I'm not 100% if it's going to happen. And if you don't know, it's a long process to put something like this together. And I know last time I went ahead and did a date ahead of time, and I had to reschedule a couple times. So I don't want to do that again because I know I was confusing a lot of people, and that's my bad. That's my apology. So hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a premiere date sometime the first next week or over the weekend, and also let you guys see the second official tease trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and play. If you did not see the video of the first official tease trailer for United We Stand Volume 2, I'm going to show it to you guys right now. So you're going to get to see it right now. If you did not get to see it earlier this week, take a look at this and just be prepared and tell your friends about it, because it's going to be incredible and better than the first one. Here you go. That's right. Make sure you tell all your friends, because this is going to be awesome. And I will go ahead and kind of just give you a little, I guess you could say a little tease, I guess is the word I'm going to use. But the second official tease trailer, you're going to get to see a little sneak peek. And when I say little, I mean little of what you're going to see in the video. So that's going to be epic. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to post that over the weekend or the first of next week. Everybody's Avengers Assemble. That's right, Robbie. We are. Not just kidding. We're not the Avengers. Hey, for those you don't know, I am a Marvel freak. I love the Avengers. I love Marvel. Little inside of fun fact about Austin. There you go. We might have to start including that in the show. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Jane. Thank you guys so much. Well, that's enough about chatting about all that. My first guest has been waiting patiently down here. He's been dancing along with the music and been making me laugh. And he's just, let me tell you something. This guy, Stewart, I have known Stewart for, you might have to refresh my memory on the exact date, but all I can tell you is it has been a long time. We've done a lot together with singing and contests and all that stuff. He's not only a great guy and a great Elvis tribute artist, he's a great friend and just a great person all around. And he's gonna, I'm gonna have him tell you guys about some exciting stuff that's happened to him over the past couple months that I've included in here in his questions that I'd love for him to share with you guys tonight that he has told me about. We talk probably once or twice, maybe a week or every 2 weeks. So we talk quite a bit. So without further ado, put some hearts and likes on the screen. Show him you love him. And Stewart, we're going to put him on the screen right now and let him chat with us for a little while. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Austin?
Nothing much, man. How about yourself?
Well, other than the fact that it sounds like there's popcorn in my phone, we're doing.
I know. I hear it a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of an adjustment, but it's okay.
Yeah. So, hey, it's technology. It has a mind of its own. What can we do?
Yeah, it's only great when it works, right?
True. All right, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this off. So, man, what made you decide to embark on a career as an Elvis tribute artist?
Oh man, that's a great question. What had happened was, I think I first saw a video of Elvis. It was called Elvis on Tour, and he came out and he was wearing like the powder blue jumpsuit, and it just like intrigued me at 3 years old, and I was like, somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew, that was something that I would always had wanted to do. And then when I turned 18, I had done a couple of nursing homes, and the people really liked it, and it went over really well and got a lot of great comments. And then in 2010, I decided to enter an actual, reverse that. In 2013, I entered my first contest at the Harris Casino, and with Robert Washington, Travis Powell, Adam Fitzpatrick, a lot of great guys there, and Mark Eskew was there, and I had no idea who these guys were. I was as fresh as cut green grass, so I didn't really know what was going to go on. And then, but that's basically how it started. After that first contest, I liked it so much, I decided that I wanted to make this my actual career.
Right. So that's awesome, man.
That's what I've been doing now for 6 years.
That's awesome, man. So you've been doing your tribute for quite some time, and not only that, you are one of the headlining performers at the Main Event Theater in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So tell us how that came about. I know you've been there before, but you just got to come back here recently during all this, and that was a blessing that you're able to do that during all of this. And give us info on the show, showtime, dates, how they can see, and all that cool stuff. Tell us about the Main Event.
Yeah, absolutely. So what had happened was we had received a phone call about a month or two ago, and they told us, they said, we need you to possibly come in and fill in for a couple of days, because the guy who was originally there had a family emergency. So he had to go out, and I came in and I filled in for 2 days. And then the next thing I know, I was filling in for a week at a time. And I had originally, and this opportunity had arose, and they said, hey, this guy has got a better job opportunity that he has found, and there's a position that is open. Would you be interested? And I said, well, of course, because, this was the time that COVID, has been its worst. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2020 has been a rough year this year, I can honestly say. But, it's we're still strong. We're still blessed in many ways. But what I think, that's how it kind of started. They offered me this position, and I was very, very happy to accept. So I'm doing a matinee show. The matinee show now runs from 2 p.m. And it's every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Now, the way they can do that is they can go online. They can go to TripAdvisor and type in Pigeon Forge and events and look up the Main Event Theater. And there's a way to get tickets. There's also maineventtheater.pf. And also they can call the box office, which is 865-366-5953. this will take them directly. Now, the cool thing about that is if they want to, let's say they're going to be in town, next week, but they can't actually come the day that they're wanting to come. We will hold their tickets. We will hold their spot so that they can still come to the show at another date. Like, say, for example, something happens, things come up, and that's a nice way to do that. Now, right now, we're only sitting at half capacity because of the COVID, which we're hoping to eventually go back to full capacity. So we're right around, our half capacity is right around 65 to 70 people. So,
okay, gotcha. That's awesome, man. And the Middle Bit Theater has won something from TripAdvisor too. Is that right?
yeah. So the Conway show that is done by Mr. Travis James, his show is actually ranked #1 on TripAdvisor as of right now, and then
Gotcha.
the Elvis show is right behind him at #3. So
Cool.
very
That's
blessed.
awesome. That's awesome. So man, a lot of people they ask all the time, and I know you probably get this question as well. I know I do. But describe the process of turning yourself into stage ready as an Elvis tribute artist. That's been a popular question here on the show. A lot of people have been loving to hear that answer. So kind of give a little sneak peek on your process.
Well, that's a great question. It's more or less like when you go backstage, you go from you're taking like from the blue jeans to the t-shirts, and you're just kind of setting all that aside, and now you put on the foundations and the wigs and everything, and you have to, there's styling, there's hairspray, there's I would say 95% of the hardest part is styling the hair, is getting the hair just right. Sometimes you might have to use a straightener to get it to curl the way you want it to. Sometimes you might just can get lucky and use some hairspray and just brush it down.
True.
If you're using a wig, you have to make sure it's down properly. You don't want to make sure one side sticking this way or one side that way. That wouldn't look good, or have it on backwards. But and then so yeah, 90% of it is the hair, getting that just right, which I'm sure you can relate to.
Yeah. Big time.
But also like the makeup, like whether you want to do more of like a contouring, like, as you know, Elvis had very defined cheekbones, and
Oh yeah, big time.
so it's important to try to make those. I find to make those stand out, to give that more effect for people when they see it on stage. And then as far as costume, depending on what era you're going to be starting out with, does such an amazing thing, because it's awesome how you can take one era and look totally different when you jump to another era, like say the 68 comeback. So if you start out like at 50s, you're taking this whole image, this whole new image, and then when it transitions to the 68, it's like, it's almost like looking at two different people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I would describe it as. Yeah.
Right. That's true. And I mean, I'll make a joke about this, but right now, my hair, man, it takes me forever to get it to go up because it's so doggone long. I mean, you can tell. I mean, it's. I have a mullet, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make a Steven Seagal ponytail out of my hair right now. It's no joke.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, there is a possibility because things are starting to open up a little bit better here in South Carolina. There's a possibility I can officially go get my hair cut next week. So round of applause. Thank God. Because it's horrible, man. Oh Lord. It's horrible.
I remember right before the COVID, like, it got to the point where my dye had started coming out on my hair, because for years I dyed my hair. And,
right, I remember.
I just went where I cut it all off, and it was like a strawberry blonde there for a while. And
right.
people were saying the same. And it's funny how people react to something, because they're used to seeing you with black hair all your life, and then all of a sudden, boom! Now they're seeing you with these blonde.
Luckily, mine. I mean, I dye mine black, but luckily enough, it's really dark brown, so you really can't super tell, but you can when you get in the sunlight. Trust me.
Right, right. Oh,
So man, here's an interesting question that I love asking because, and a lot of these questions that I ask these guys, for those of you who are watching on these interviews, is questions that I get asked quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure they do too. But over your years of being an Elvis tribute artist, what has surprised you most about taking this on as a career and being an Elvis tribute artist? What has surprised you most about all of
man, I can honestly say it's just the love and support that people give you. You know, and you know they're not. You know, you're not expecting anything in return. You're just there to entertain them and to make them happy and to give them something to remember, and
Right.
you know, hopefully bring back some great memories. And you know, when you have somebody come up to you and said, "You made my day today," or something, man, that's worth more than anything in this world. I think
Makes you feel good.
it makes you feel good. It really does. It makes you
Yeah.
love what you do.
Absolutely, for sure, for sure. So back in 2019, you won the Lake George Pro Early Years Championship, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so tell the viewers, you know, your process of going throughout that competition and your feeling after being announced the champion. I got luckily enough that in 2017, I won the Pro Early there in Lake George, and man, it was incredible. And the crazy thing was, you know, for those of you who are watching, Lake George is a little different because they pick a winner from the early years division and they pick a winner from the 70s division, and then the both are left standing there after they pick a winner, and one of you are going to the ultimate, and you're the main champion of the whole fest. And I was standing there with Ted Torres, man, and Ted and I have been friends for a long time, and Lord, I mean, we were both like shaking because I was like, "You need to win," and then he was like, "No, you need to win," and then I was like, "No, I want you to win." You know, we just go back and forth. So tell us the process throughout the weekend and your feelings standing there on that stage.
Oh man, so when the Saturday came, I decided to do the black leather that day, and it was a great show. Everything went really, really smooth. Had a great response from the people, and you know, I was there also with Mr. Bruce Stewart, another great tribute artist, and I remember when I came up to the door when they had posted the results for the finals, I had to take a double take because I was just like, wait a minute. I thought maybe they put Bruce Stewart's name up twice.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It was such an awesome feeling, you know, and it was like, you know, wait, is this even real? You know, is this real? So, because I mean, I hadn't competed in like 2 years, so to be even the finals was just amazing. So we're all standing there when they called everybody back up on stage. You know, when they got down to the top three, I was a little bit nervous. You know, but at the same time, I was very excited to have made it that far.
Right.
And Irv, of course, he likes to joke around, as you know. And
that's why we love him.
You know, of course, the last two standing was me and Bruce. Funnily enough, so you had two Stewarts on the same stage. And,
two Stewarts, one with the first name Stewart, one with the last name Stewart.
Flip flop. So
flip flop.
Irv is sitting there, and he's like, and he's getting ready to announce the second place winner. Well, at this point, me and Bruce are pointing back at each other like, "It's you, man." He's like, "No, man, it's you, it's you." You know, kind of the same situation. And Irv says something to the effect, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom" or something. He starts walking off the stage, and we're like, "No!" Everybody's like, "Come back!" You know. So, you know, at this point, we're sweating bullets. Me and for some reason, I don't know why, but I've always noticed this, and it's not just me, but other tribute artists. We always look at the floor.
Yes.
When we're waiting.
Yes.
We look at the floor. I don't know why that is, but I
know people have asked me that question. People have asked me that question on why we look at the floor, and my answer is I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
I have no idea. And so
I don't
anyway,
know.
make sure our shoes are on tight. I don't know, but
True.
so well, anyway, when he announced, he said second place, $800. He said he told Bruce Stewart and your winner and champion. I mean, I just kind of froze because I was like, did this really just happen?
Right.
And it was just like, I mean, I remember I hit my knees. I was just like, oh my God, thank you, Lord Jesus, this is great. It was an incredible moment, man. It really was, and I can honestly say it definitely helped me tremendously, like with
Right.
meeting more people and gaining more fans, and
Right.
overall it was a wonderful experience. I'll never forget it.
Right. Yeah, Lake George is an amazing festival. I really like it there. And a Penny just made a comment and said that she met you in Lake George and she met me in Lake George. Well, saw me in Lake George in 2017 when I won as well. So she saw you too because you were there in 2017, right? We were there together, right?
Yeah, matter of fact,
I think so.
we were
Yeah.
we were singing together. We sang together at one of the after parties.
Yeah, and at one of those restaurants during my show that I was doing last night. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So talking about Lake George and winning the contest and everything. This year, you've had a lot of great things happen this year. Not only being able to get a full-time job during all this is going on at the Main Event Theater, but you also were inducted into the International ETA Hall of Fame. So kind of tell us how that came about, and then while you're talking about that, go ahead and go into an award that you got from Santa and Mirror Falls on the Mountain Fun Life show there in Pigeon Forge. I actually got to watch that. I was watching that when that happened, but it was a rerun. It wasn't live. So tell us about both of those. Tell us about both.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, did you see the video of me rolling down the hill with Santa?
Yes, that was hilarious. I thought Santa was drowning.
Oh man, he had nothing to hold on to, so he literally grabbed onto my arm.
Before you answer that question, is that video on your Facebook page?
Yes, and it is actually it's under the Stuart Chapman Entertainer page. Mm-hmm.
All right, and is it say Elvis and Santa or something like that? Is that the title of the video?
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who are watching, you definitely need to go to Stuart's page. There it is right there on the screen. Go to there and watch that video. It is hilarious. It is hilarious and awesome at the same time. It'll cheer you up. Trust me. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Finish answering.
So yeah. What had happened was this is right before COVID had kind of struck. It was out there. People weren't quite as talking about it yet. I think one of the main things that had happened recently was Kobe Bryant had died in a plane crash, which was a very sad time. But I had received a phone call from the people who do the Hall of Fame, and they asked me if they told me somebody had nominated me to be a candidate for it,
right?
Which I thought that was really cool. So they had their boards get together and vote on it to see if I would be a good candidate. And sometime, I want to say in March, they had called me back and said, congratulations, you have now been inducted into the International Tribute Artists Hall of Fame. So I was just like, that was, a huge accomplishment for me. That was, I did not expect that at all. So it was really a highlight of 2020. And then about the Fun Life, they had came to one of my shows, and they had told me that they do this thing where the Mountain Fun Life Family Studio does, where they go to different places in Pigeon Forge, because there's so many places in Pigeon Forge. Some things are more for adults, some things are more for teenagers, some things are more for kids. But the good thing about Elvis, and I think we can also agree, is that he's great for all ages.
Yes.
His music is great for everybody. Everybody can enjoy it. It's something that the whole family can enjoy. So what they do is they go around and look for these places that are kid friendly, somewhere where people feel safe and confident enough to be able to take their kids and enjoy something together as a family. So they came, they watched the show, and at the end of the show, they presented me with a certificate of a seal approval from the Mountain Fun Life Family Studio that it was a kid-friendly show. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's awesome. And for those of you who don't know, the Mountain Fun Life show, they do that show every morning. Is that correct? Every day of the week? Every morning?
They do, yeah. Yes.
They do?
And matter of fact, I go on there periodically. Like sometimes we're on there quite a bit. So there's more information I'll be sharing actually on my entertainer page as well. So
so make sure if you see Stuart going to be on the show, check it out, because not only is it great that he's on there, but it's a great show. It really is. It's really cool. I love watching the show when I get a chance to. It's a great show. So kind of pressing forward, man. I mean, we've known each other for. Do you remember the exact time and place we met? I mean, was it Brunswick, Georgia? I'm not 100%.
I think the first time we ever met, if my mind served me correctly, Austin, I think we were up in Ocean City.
That's right. You're right.
Doing the festival, and actually it was your mom who had made mention to me. She pulled me to the side and she said, Austin usually has his buddy Taylor Rodriguez who does this song. We were doing it was a Blues Brothers song.
Blues Brothers. Yeah, I remember.
He said, but Taylor wasn't there that year, and she said, can you do it with him? And I said, well, yeah, I'd be glad to. So I remember you and we went outside to the lobby and we started talking it out. We started planning it out.
Practicing dance moves.
Practicing dance moves and all this stuff. And I remember because we also talked about doing some other artists like George Jones and some things like that. And you're like, yeah, man, that would be so much fun. And we just kind of clicked, man. It was cool. It was like we've been knowing each other for a long time.
And the rest is history.
It is, man.
So yeah, I remember that Ocean City. That was my first time at that festival, and sadly enough, I haven't been back since. But I need to because I love that. I love that festival. It's an awesome festival. Let's press forward. For those of you who don't know, every time Stuart and I talk on the phone, not only do we talk about Elvis, not only do we talk about things going on in our lives, but we talk about our religion, Christianity. We share stuff and have Bible study, Bible talk, if that's the word you want to use. But Stuart has this thing, and I don't know if you still have this or not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you still have Stuart Chapman Ministries?
Yeah, it's Chapman Ministries.
Chapman Ministries.
It's you'll see the logo is 3 crosses.
Yeah.
And what our slogan is a chapter for a new beginning. And our slogan is that we do encouragement, not judgment, because we believe that we all have our times of our ups and downs. But most importantly, we know that because of Jesus Christ, we have eternal life through Him. So, and I think that's important, especially in today's times. We need more of it. I really think so.
Right. So people can go to on your Facebook. You have a Facebook page for that, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So they can go to that, like it, and do you still do live feeds and stuff on that as well?
I do, yes. Every opportunity that I get, I do the live feeds. It's been a little harder the last couple of weeks because we recently moved to a new place here in Sevierville. So that's kind of taken up a lot of our time.
Gotcha.
And then, but yes, we will be doing more of the live feeds again. And when they go on, there's going to be an introduction video welcoming them to CHAPMAN Ministries and telling them we appreciate them liking our page and information. And if they
Right.
if they have any prayer requests, they can private message. And yeah.
Cool.
So.
That's awesome. So make sure you go like his page and stay up to date with that. He's going to be updating and doing some cool things on that. So make sure you go and check that out as well. All right, man. We come to the segment of the show on where we officially get to the last question. But before I do that, I want to tell all the viewers that are watching, if you have any questions for Stewart, I know I can't physically put them on the screen like I normally do. My comments are showing now, but they're delaying like really bad on the computer screen. But I do have them here on my phone. It's working perfectly. So make that comment, and I'll read Stewart your question and have him answer it for you. So go ahead and start doing that now, if you will. And while they're making their comments, I want you to. This is the last question here. I've been doing this over the past several months with Weekly Chats with Austin. What's something positive, positive message that you can give all the viewers that are watching right now with everything that's going on in the world? It's all you, man.
My message to you would be to keep trusting, keep praying, and know that God's got your back, that we're America, we're strong, we can overcome this through God's grace, and don't give up, because the brighter day is coming.
That's right. That's true. That is true, man. All right, we got some questions. It's coming. They're delaying, but I see them. They're delaying. So let's give everybody a few minutes on the questions here, because technology can be crazy. You know how it is.
It is. I'm still hearing the popcorn.
Oh, okay. Well, while I take a commercial break, I might can fix your problem. I might can tell you how to fix that problem before we get you back on later. All right. Penny asks, where is your favorite place to play? Do you have a particular place, or do you just love everywhere?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. There you go.
Which recently it's been Main Event, though.
Absolutely.
It's a smaller theater, so it's more intimate, and I like the intimacy.
Right. Okay. So Penny, there you go. There's your question. Everybody's saying they were great to see you, Stewart. They all say they love you, and they hope to hopefully see you soon at the Main Event Theater. And so give that information about the Main Event one more time before we let you go. Give them one more time the Main Event information.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're going to want to do is you can go to TripAdvisor and hit Main Event Theater, and you can go down there, and they got a call now button, or you can go and to mainevent.pf.com, and then there's also the phone number, which is 865-366-5953. And the shows run every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m.
Cool. Awesome. All right. We got one more question for you before we sign you off. Your favorite Elvis song?
Sure. Oh, Lord. Well, I say this a lot at my shows. There's so many great songs that Elvis did. It's hard to just pick one. But if I had to narrow it down as far as, and I would say performance-wise, it would have to be "If I Can Dream," just because the message that's behind it not only was great when Elvis sang it in the '68, but I think it ties in so much with today's standards.
Right.
It's a good song for today. It's a good message for today's standards of where we're at.
While you're answering that, somebody said they knew that you love gospel music. So if you had to pick a favorite gospel song to sing, what would that be?
Probably "You'll Never Walk Alone."
You Never Walk Alone. Awesome. There you go. You never walk alone. Jesse has a little puppet friend down here. I see. He's waving it at us. Yeah, well, you have to bring it on screen later so Stewart can see it. Oh man, Stewart, man, look, it's been awesome to have you on the show. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take you off the screen, and then I'm going to bring you on later in the show. And everybody loves the segment of Elvis Trivia, so we're going to do a little bit of that with you and Jesse. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you why we're live right now. There's a little private chat in this program, so I'm going to send you a private chat during the commercial break to let you know how to fix that popcorn noise.
All right.
Or try to fix it at least. I'm not a genius, but I'll try. Thank you, man. And we'll, all right, man. And we'll get you back on in just a little bit, okay? Hang tight.
Thanks, Austin.
Stuart Chapman, ladies and gentlemen, great guy, fantastic person. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it comes to the time in the show where it is time for
the question of the day.
That's right, the question of the day. So everybody was asking Stuart, what's his favorite Elvis song? What's your favorite Elvis song? What is your favorite Elvis song, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead, start commenting your answers in the comment section below, and we'll show. I can't show your answers like I normally do, but I'll read them aloud, and I'll give my answer in just a little bit as well. So the question of the day is, what's your favorite Elvis song? Start making those comments, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes with Weekly Chats with Austin. Don't change that channel. I'll see you in just a second.
When the going gets tough, we forge ahead. Pigeon Forge is all of us.
We're minding the daily grind.
We're helping neighbors.
We're looking on the bright side.
We are navigating through uncharted waters.
We're setting an extra place at the table.
We know the show will go on.
We're always looking up.
We're brewing a new spirit.
Pigeon Forge is all of us, forging ahead so that we can welcome friends and family back home again when the time is right.
All right, there we go. Pigeon Forge is just forging ahead. Stuart can tell you about that. So anyway, folks are making comments like crazy on their favorite Elvis songs. So we're going to start reading some of these here. I'm going to have to scroll through. We have Margaret Loves Solitaire, Darlene, Just Pretend, Helen, If I Can Dream, Gail, Lucky Charm, Good Luck Charm. I'm assuming, is that the one you're talking about? There's several Lucky songs that Elvis sings. I think I understand you, though. I like that song too. Nikki, My Way, Rhea, The Wonder of You. See several Just Pretends. Dorothy, Follow That Dream. Diane, Please Don't Stop Loving Me. Great song. Patty put my 40 favorite songs are ... Maybe we got That's All Right, Mama. Strange in the Crowd. Oh, we got many songs. Here's my answer. My favorite Elvis song changes either every day or every week. Literally. Right now, the song that has really been stuck in my head that has been, I've been singing a lot, going along with, somebody actually answered it, and it's Stranger in the Crowd. It is actually my dad's favorite song, and I have become to really like that song quite a bit, but it changes every day or every week. No joke. It really does. So, if we was to do a video tomorrow and you was to ask me, I'd give you a completely different answer probably. So, it always just depends. So, but anyway, don't forget, if you're watching on Facebook, please like the Awesome Entertainer like page. Also follow me on Instagram. Please do that as well. I greatly appreciate that. And share this video with your friends. Tell them all about it and all that great stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he has been waiting patiently and he's been watching the show, and hopefully I have been somewhat entertaining. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring on my great friend. I've known Jesse. We'll get into that when we bring him on the screen. But without further ado, let's bring Mr. Jesse Aaron on the screen. What's happening, my brother?
Am I too close? Is this how this works?
I think it works okay. Yeah. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I told him this prior to showtime, but if you cannot see the name, he's got Living Through COVID-19 Tribute Artist Edition. I love that. I love that name. I love that. That is cool.
We're just
That's cool. That's right. That's right. That's what we're doing. I like that. That is awesome. So how's it been, man? What's been going on? How's things been going with you?
Well, I went in my room and I visited my closet today. That was exciting. But other than that, it's been rough. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been rough. It's been to go from having the most busy year that I've had in almost my whole career to having that whole slate wiped clean and having no answers as to what's up, what's going on, what's happening. You know, it's been crazy. It's been crazy to have something that you're so passionate about taken away from you all at one time. So it was like a tsunami of emotion that happened all the time, right? How about you? What do you think? you been surviving too? Like, if you found yourself wandering into the refrigerator a little bit extra and doing stuff you wouldn't normally do that you tell yourself you're not going to do?
Yeah. I will say one thing though that I kind of put my mind to, and I can't believe it because I'm not really the type of person to do this type of stuff. I'm not a workout freak, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not. The only workout I get is when I'm on stage moving around, all that stuff. But when I started realizing I was starting to hit that refrigerator a little more, I was like, man, you know what? The more I lounge and lay back, probably the weaker I'm going to get. And when I start back doing shows, I'm going to feel horrible.
Yeah. Oh, your whole body is just like, ugh.
So I've been doing this walk and run, walk at home is what it's called, program over the past 3 months. And I will say I've shedded a few pounds and I've gained a lot of muscle. So it's benefiting. So I'm okay with that.
It's so hard to find motivation in a situation like this to even do stuff like that. So God bless you for even finding that. I know, like I said, it's been an emotional roller coaster for me. So one day I'm up here feeling great. The next day I'm in the refrigerator seeing what's in there, 50 times a day. And then the next minute I'm ripping apart part of my house and trying to fix that and driving my wife crazy. So it's a little bit of all that stuff.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. That's awesome. All right, man. Let's kick into this. The number one question I always ask is, man, how did you get into Elvis, man? Give us the story.
God. If I had a quarter for every time somebody asked me that, I would
be rich.
I wouldn't be worried about this COVID thing. I would just be kicking back and it'll get out. But anyway, what happened was I grew up in Chicago and I was there until about the time I was 13 years old. And my father and my mother, of course, we were low income down in Chicago, so it was rough. It was a rough time. Dad was always bouncing around through jobs, and my mom was basically the breadwinner for the family. And so they were looking for some kind of a supplementary income that they could do. So they decided to put a band together, and they used to have band practices at the house. So there were several times, like whether it was in my basement or in my living room, just depending on where they were setting everything up, there were full bands. This is before backing tracks were even around. So there was a full band in the house, practicing Elvis tunes and practicing rock and roll tunes from the 50s and 60s. And then Dad decided, well, he's going to up his game a little bit. And he found a seamstress to make him an Elvis type jumpsuit. Right. And he started to do an Elvis set in the show because he'd always been a fan. And then, of course, my mother was doing Patsy Cline and singing backup in the band at the same time. So I've been surrounded by the music my entire life. And because Mom and Dad were gone all the time, really, I was like the character that Jim Carrey was in Cable Guy. He has, all the characters on TV is what raised him. Well, Elvis is basically what was my mentor. He was the person that I looked up to, my father figure, so to speak, because nobody was around. I basically raised myself because everybody was trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, gotcha. I think Elvis has made an impact on so many of our lives. And, we're all fans first and foremost. We're like the biggest fans that we could ever be. Oh, yeah. But we want to take it up a step and pay tribute to him just to keep his memory going and keep his legacy going. And, I mean, man, you've won numerous of Elvis contests and world championships and, I mean, gosh, you've won numerous. Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. But I will tell you this. I don't know if you remember this or not, but 2012, I'm going way back, 2012, King of the World. That's when King of the World existed.
Yeah.
Okay. Elvis Week 2012 was my first time to Elvis Week. And that was probably my second or third competition. And, I was just really getting into this as to trying to make a professional career out of it and do it full time. So I was the new kid on the block, and I really didn't, I was nervous because, when I was in school, people, how people, they talk, sideburns, all that stuff. Oh, yeah. But it was so cool to see other guys that had sideburns and loved and respected a guy that I love and respect, that I call a hero. And I remember this. I was competing in the King of the World, and I go downstairs at the Holiday Inn in Memphis at the airport. I walk into the room, and guess who's the guy sitting behind the table?
One of the big things that I did. Hey, can you grab that little front down there? Sorry about that. Might make an appearance on there. So. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know. I remember that. That was a fun time. King of the World was when we decided to do our own contests for a while. And we teamed up with Ronnie and Nance Fox and Terry, my wife, and it was fun. I would do that in a heartbeat if I could.
It was a great competition. It really was. Now, out of all the competitions, and I know this is probably a hard question, but now out of all the competitions you've won over the years, is there one in particular, one win or one contest that is special to you, that's something that you'll always remember, and is there a reason why that one's so special to you? Do you have one that stands out?
Because I've been doing this so long, there's a couple actually. There's just two of my favorites. I'll mention two of my favorites. I'll try to keep it as brief as I can without rambling on. But of course, I come from the era of like working your way up in the business and paying your dues and all of that stuff. I'm I'm the youngest old guy in the business, so to speak. So, but you had to pay your dues. You had to come and get the fan base and bring them out to everything. And of course, the longest standing competition in Memphis was always Images. And there was times I went there when that room was packed from the back to the front. And you had Doug Church was there. You had David Lee there. I was there when David Lee won the contest. I was there when Robert Washington won the contest. And this is always something that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to be a world champion. I wanted to work hard at it and do that. So I would have to say, because it caught me by surprise, you can see the video on my YouTube page that I stole from somebody that uploaded it over at the Images back a long time ago, because it was a happy moment for me. You can genuinely see that I was surprised at Images in 2009 when I won the world championship there. I never stood in the front. Anytime that they were calling everybody off, I always got in the back row, and I would stand in the back and kind of hide behind everybody back there, because I didn't want anybody to see the look on my face, like if I was going to cry, if I was going to be emotional or anything, And that's like back to what you said earlier about why do we look at the ground? Well, because that emotion hits you so fast, sometimes you can't control it, right?
Sure.
So I would get in that back row, and you could see that on my face that I was genuinely surprised, and I was crying after it happened. So I would have to say Images would be number one for me, because I worked so hard and went so many years to do that. And I would have to say my second would have to be the Collingwood Elvis Festival. As much as I complained about everything there and how hard that they worked us there, and how everything gets kind of lost in translation there, that was another goal I had set for myself. Everything came in goals for me. Like I'd set the goal that I wanted to win Images, and then I set another goal that I wanted to win Collingwood. And having reached those goals, there's nothing like that feeling when you work hard for something and then you accomplish it, and nothing compares. And those are my two.
That's true, and that's a good way to put it, especially if there's some younger Elvis Troubadour artists that are watching this. It's not something that can just be handed to you. If you want it, you got to go work for it. You got to
work hard for it, and you can't be mad at everybody else who gets it before you, because everything happens for a reason. There's I'm a firm believer of that. Yes, it's disappointing, but everything happens when it's supposed to happen for you. That's my firm belief. Even though it's upsetting at the time, you just got to calm yourself later on and then say, well, maybe I'll just have to work a little bit harder.
That's right. I agree. So over the years of being an Elvis tribute artist, is there something in particular that you would consider to you, what's the best part of being an Elvis tribute artist, of being able to get up every day and pay tribute to the greatest entertainer of all time?
The best part of it is truly being able to, in my opinion, it's to make people forget about things for a while.
Right.
Because I feel like that's our main job, is to not throw more trouble or drama their way, but to let them forget about it for a while. Like, especially during like what we're going through right now, this whole COVID thing, and then all these live feeds kicked off. I felt like it was my job to kind of take everybody away from that for a while. They get to see me. People get to see me that don't normally get to see me. That's why we do like the virtual worldwide tour of 2020, right? And but we just give them an escape from reality for a while, and then when they come up, either in tears or in a sincere post or anything like that, and they just say, I really needed this right now. This was something that I really, really needed. I've been going through a really hard time. That's rewarding. It really is, because then it kind of puts things in perspective for yourself too. If you're having a hard time, maybe it's something that you needed too,
That's true. So I know you've probably been to a lot of international cities and all across the United States on being a tribute artist, but if there was a country that maybe you haven't been to that you would really like to perform as an Elvis tribute artist, where would it be? Or you might have more than one.
Well, before all of this happened, I was supposed to go to Australia to the one of the contests that they had there, and I was actually going to be a judge for the ultimate there because I wasn't going to be competing this next year.
Nice.
And I really wanted to go there because it seemed like I remember back in the days of when live streaming and file sharing started. There was a little company called Napster, and I used to upload all of my music, everything that I recorded through Napster, and just ton of fans that I got and a ton of good responses that I got in Australia. So I was really looking forward to going there, but unfortunately that the brakes got put on that. I wouldn't mind going to Japan someday. You know, those are the two. Like, I've been to England and I've been to a lot of other places, and it's all been fabulous. And it's really cool performing for international Elvis fans, just because he didn't get
absolutely. And, you know, I would love to go to Australia. I mean, Mark Anthony tells me about Australia all the time. He's like, man, you need to come to Australia. You need to come to Australia. And I was like, I'd love to, you know, I'd love to come. And, you know, I don't know if people have ever asked you this before, but, you know, they've asked me this, I guess, because, you know, when you perform on a cruise ship or something, you know, there's a lot of people from all around the world on cruise ships. And you know, there's a lot of people from all around the world at Elvis Week. And, you know, I've been to Canada and places like that. But some people ask, if you live in the States, say the United States, and you go to an international city, does the audiences react differently when you come out and perform your tribute, or is it the same here in the United States? What's your saying on that?
Well, because it's definitely not the same. It's because Elvis didn't get a chance to go to some of those places. He's even bigger there, if you can believe it or not, than he is here in the States. And it's because here in the States, it's such a different way of life here and a different way of thinking here than it is in some other places. Like, you go to another country and they're still all into the 1950s stuff. They're all into the 1950s and 60s music. Like, they absolutely love it. You'd play some of that stuff here, people get bored or something like that at an after party or something like that. But they're kind of stuck in that time frame, and it's something that's very endearing to them. They love it. They love it. So it's a different reaction. Not that it's better or anything like that. It's just different. It's refreshing to see, you know, the Elvis fans in all these other different places. And it's definitely fun to come home, you know, to your hometown and stuff like that. But
absolutely.
It's a different reaction for sure.
Cool. So for those of you who are watching, for the viewers that are watching right now, I'm pretty sure a majority of you know this, but for those of you who don't, Jesse is not only Elvis tribute artist, but he also pays tribute to another legend named Roy Orbison. Now, how did you get into Roy Orbison, and how did all that come about? Is there a story behind that too?
There is a little bit of a story behind it. It was actually a dare from a friend of mine.
Really? Okay.
And, I used to do, back in my hometown, I used to do these themed shows all the time, like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and Halloween was my favorite. You know, we do Christmas, we do all of it. But Halloween was my favorite, and we would have everybody dress up. We'd have a Halloween costume and everything. And I would do a different character, you know, or different songs every Halloween.
Right.
And my buddy come up to me, and he's a friend of mine from high school, and he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "you should do that Roy Orbison guy. You know, that would be really funny if you did something like that." And it's and I'm like, all right, I guess I could try it. So I borrowed a guitar from at the time my ex's son had a guitar, so I borrowed it from him, and I went out and you know, I bought a pair of glasses at a gas station and went out and did it after rehearsal because I knew the songs. I've always known all the Roy songs for the most part. Did about a 15-minute set, I think it was at the time, and stopped doing it for a couple years, and then everybody just kept asking for me to do it again and again and again. And I got to tell you, it's the best business decision I ever made, man. It really is.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, everybody's making comments going, the best Roy Orbison ever. That's what they're commenting here. And I'm not saying this because he's on the screen. I say it because it's the truth, and I agree 100%.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you all. Thank you all for saying that. I appreciate it.
So I know the 70s era is probably your most era of what you do the most. Is that right? I know in competitions, is that what you rely on most?
Yeah. Anytime I'm in a competition, if I don't put a jumpsuit on, I'm an idiot. Like there's plenty of times, like when I lost the weight a couple years ago, where I wanted to kind of do something different, but then I was just like, I'm stuck in that mode where I just can't do it like that because it's just nobody's seen me do the other stuff in a competition, and I'm not ready to get those kind of bruises yet. You know, I'm old and fragile, so I don't want that.
I got you. So if you had to pick a favorite Elvis jumpsuit, I know this is a hard question.
Yes.
Which one would you pick, and is there a reason why you would pick that suit?
Oh, you got me on that one. That's a tough one. For the last few years, I've really kind of been really liking the dragon for some reason, but because I think of Elvis in the 70s and I think of a jumpsuit, and I don't necessarily think of there was two Elvises in the 70s. There was the early 70s where he didn't need all that flair, he didn't need all that different stuff because he was Elvis, man. He was full of all this energy and stuff like that. So when I think of Elvis in the 70s, I think something that's just like something you can see from outer space that he's got on, right? Like with all the stones and everything, in the dragon has always been one of my absolute favorites, the Chinese dragon, man. And then I'm gonna get that again one day. I got a black dragon, so I do have that, but I want to get AJM to make me a dragon because he does some pretty good work. So
nice. So let's back up a little bit. I know we talked about this a few minutes ago, but this ain't even a question that's on my list, but it was just something that popped in my mind. But like we had stated for the viewers that are watching, Jesse's done many competitions, and people ask me this all the time, and I'm pretty sure you probably get this question too. But describe your feeling before you go on stage in a competition, and then after the contest is over. For those we're very nervous, but kind of what's your process to kind of get in that mood, and what's your feeling? I know nervousness, of course, but to kind of describe that on a competition wise.
So before you go on stage and then after everything's said and done, it's two different, like seriously two different sets of emotions that you go through for all of that stuff. Because you do have nerves, but you can try to use them to your advantage if you can. And especially if you're doing songs that you're familiar with and all that stuff comes into play. So it's an excited energy when you're up there, especially if you've got like a great competition. Like if you've got just a great group of guys up there, you kind of feed off that energy too. So it depends on who's up there before you and who's in that set. It's a combination of all of those things. And the minute that you step on that stage and you hear the crowd's response, you kind of turn it on. You turn on the crooked smile, you turn on the jokes. And of course, for me, I like to joke with people. Every time I tell jokes and try to make people laugh, because I absolutely love making people laugh. So that turns on for me automatically, especially if I see those familiar faces that I know in the crowd that I can pick on. And yes, I do pick on you guys. I'm sorry, but I do that every now and then if I recognize somebody out there. But they like, that they like to be recognized in the crowd and stuff like that. Now, when you're done, when everything's said and done, and you're walking off the stage, it's almost like a sigh of relief, because as much as the contests are I call them necessary evils, because they give us such mixed feelings on everything, but they are still great festivals, and I do still have a great time. But it wasn't always like that for all of us. Like you go through all these different emotions, and your reactions to everything have changed, especially mine throughout the 23 years I've been doing this. My reaction's been different every time. So now it's like this sigh of relief, because they've run you here and they've run you there, and then you got to go over here, and you got the time frame here, and then I got a break here. Maybe I can have something to eat here. I know I got to go do I have time to take a shower before I have to hit the next round? And all that kind of stuff. So it's like you don't have any of that afterwards. Afterwards, you're just like, just tell me where the after party is, and I will be there. Just give me about an hour to take a nap, and then I'll see you there.
I always say, tell me where the after party is and where's the best food in town. Because
exactly. You want to get a good dinner after everything's said and done, and then you're like overindulged, and you're like, oh my god, everything's said and done. But like I try to get like together with my friends and stuff, and we have a group dinner with everybody. We try to plan that. Like they do it all week long while I'm doing my thing, and then we finally get together at the end. But it's a sigh of relief. It really is. And by that, I'm at that age now too, where that whole situation, when everything's said and done, I don't even care what happens. I just want to go home. I'm just tired, man. Because from running this way and that way, if everything happens and it works out well, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great, because I get to go home. I get to go relax and be tired and enjoy my time with my friends and stuff. Because it's like a little vacation for me too. You got to make the best of it, right?
True. That's true. And for the viewers that are watching, what he's talking about with the question I asked about the feeling before and after competition, the feeling before and after a show is probably completely different because, you know, when you're in a contest, especially for me, I'm standing back there, say I'm number 8 or whatever, and you know, the first guy just goes on, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, what song am I singing again? What's the first lyric? And you hear their music going too, and it doesn't help. And you're pacing back and forth. And see, at a show,
a lot of pacing.
A lot of pacing. You get your exercise very well. But you know, at a show, you know, for me, you know, I always get nervous before I go on stage because, you know, like Elvis always said, you know, it's a new audience. You don't really know how they're going to react to what you're doing. And I think about that too, you know, because that's true. That's true. But at a contest, you really have a lot more mental going on up here because you try to get everything as on the spot or as close as you can because, you know, it's a contest. It's completely different than just going out there and doing your own thing at a show, you know?
You're on your feet for like sometimes 12, 13 hours. People, you know, you're running to a venue, you're doing this, you're doing that. It is, I don't think people quite understand. Oh, they love it. Oh, you know, you get to do what you love, but it is exhausting. It'd be like being on your feet all day long and then doing, you know, keeping that smile on your face so that people don't know how tired you really are. It wears you out, man. It really does.
That's true. That's true. So here's an interesting question, and a lot of these questions that I asked on the show is questions that I've been asked over the years, and not only that, it's some questions that a lot of the viewers have been asking over and over. So I, you know, thought I'd incorporate them in the show. But this is one that's very popular that the viewers love to hear the answer of. But if you were not a tribute artist, what career would you have chosen and be doing instead? Do you have any idea?
I think I'd be a carny.
A carny?
I would just travel with the circus so I could be around all those animals and like I can maybe date the bearded lady. I don't know. I have no idea. I never really thought about it. Before all this happened, I was just a warehouse worker on a forklift in a warehouse. So that's probably what I'd be doing. I'd probably be doing something very physical. I liked physical work when I was doing that, but who knows, like all this stuff I've been doing, you know, with sanding down floors and remodeling. I mean, I'm not going to be remodeling any bathrooms anytime soon now, am I, dear? No. Okay. See, won't be doing that anytime soon, but you know, maybe some other stuff. There's like, cause I like to dabble in a little everything. Production. I definitely love production. So if you see me disappear, sometimes I'm working on productions and stuff like that.
Right. You know, for me, gosh, you know, I'll be truthful with you. Since, like you said, all this has been going on, man, I've been really getting into the technology stuff, you know, learning stuff. So that might be what I might lean toward, man. That'd probably be a lot of schooling, and I'm not in for all that. But, you know, that might be what I'd lean toward.
You know what, though? That's a steady paycheck. There ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. At least you know there's always somebody going to come to you and be like, hey, how does this work? Or can you come fix this? Or, you know, that's not true. It's always good to have a backup plan. Always good to have.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So the viewers that are watching right now, if you have any questions for Jesse, go ahead and make the comments. As I stated before, I'm not able to put it on the screen tonight. I don't know what's going on.
I got mine next to so I can see a couple of them over here.
Okay, but I can read them to Jesse. He can see them as well. So go ahead and start making those comments on those questions, and I'm going to finish it out with Jesse on this last note. Like I said earlier, I finish all my interviews out like this here recently. But what's a positive message that you can give all the viewers right now with everything that's going on in the world? What message can you relate to all of them?
Oh, man, you really laid one on me with that one. Hang in there. Just hang in there. It's not going to be forever. Everything's going to be all right. Let us entertain you in the meantime the best way that we can, and that's right here. If I can't see you on the road, I will see you right here. I'll do my best to divert your attention and to put smiles on your faces and joke, whether it's on my Facebook with stupid stuff that I post on there to make you laugh. We're going to get through this. Everything's going to be okay.
Right. That is right. 100%.
Wear a mask, man. There's nothing wrong with it. Get one with Elvis on it. Get one with Austin on it. Get one with me on it. Wear a mask. Wash your hands.
Very simple. Very simple.
Yeah.
All right. We got a bunch of questions coming in here. All right. How many different collections do you have? I'm assuming they mean Elvis. Is that?
I don't know. Who asked that one? Who asked that one?
Patty Clark.
Patty Clark. How many different collections do I have? Yeah. Well, I've been collecting all kinds of stuff I tore out of my bathroom right now. If that counts as a collection, I have one of those going on out there. I have Coca-Cola collection. I have Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Anything Marvel related and all that stuff. Of course, I'm a huge comic book nerd. Walking Dead. God. Of course, Elvis. Elvis and Marilyn Monroe are all over my house, like everywhere. People come to my house and they're like, "Your house looks like a museum," and I'm like, "Keep that in mind. Don't touch nothing, and just keep moving. Keep moving."
Right.
but that's pretty much me. Anything vintage, I like that vintage look because my house was built in like 1950. So, I got the Formica tables in 2 different rooms, and I've got the bar downstairs, and we try to anything vintage, old time stuff. Like I just love all of that stuff.
Right. So the Nightmare Before Christmas, was that the little stuffed animals you were showing me while?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's who I was waving in the. That's one of the. I can't remember where the hell I got that. People send them to me. People give me stuff like that all the time, so I just keep it.
Right. So you're a big Marvel fan.
Oh yeah.
That's me too. I'm a big Marvel. I love it
Oh
too.
yeah.
All right, here's another question from Penny from Canada. Where's your favorite place to play? I know it's a hard question. You might have to answer several places.
My favorite place to play. Honestly, it'd probably be 2 different for when I do Roy Orbison, Canada, and Florida. 2 of my. We have some of the biggest crowds. Pete Paquette has his own production company up in Canada. And I'll tell you, it's fantastic. He takes care of all of his tribute artists so well. And everywhere he's taken us up there, we have sold out. And the crowds have been fantastic. So I'd have to say Canada, and that's all throughout Canada. And then Florida with the Roy Orbison stuff down there because I get to play with Roy's guitar player, Alan James, down there. So that's absolutely top of my list. And we've been doing really well at selling those shows out there.
Awesome.
Elvis, everywhere, man. Anytime I can put on that suit for anybody, anywhere, Elvis is always going to be my number one. And Roy's getting there. He's getting there, but I'm just so passionate about the Elvis stuff. And now I'm starting to get more passionate about the Roy Orbison stuff. But anywhere I can go to do Elvis, from downstairs in my house through all of this stuff to, somewhere here in town in my hometown, and I'm just happy to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Doris Winslow says, "Will Jesse please come to Toronto and remodel my house?"
It's only fun when it's your house. I've told you that already, Doris. Only fun when it's your house.
All right. Lois Chapman, who is Stewart's mom, asks, "What's your favorite Elvis song?"
Depends on my mood.
That's me.
Because I'm such a huge Elvis fan, and I tap into all that rare stuff from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and then all those home recordings and stuff like that. So it just really, honestly, I can love and appreciate everything he did, even some of that cheesy stuff that he did in the movies because he had to do what he had to do. But once you weed that out and you get to some of that good stuff, I really am just a huge fan. So that I can't really narrow it down to one song. It has to be like what I'm in the mood for. Today I was listening to I Want You With Me. I was listening to that one a lot in the 60s because Karaoke Version just came out with an amazing version of that song that is just spot on. So I can't wait to go into the studio when my wife goes back to work and record that song. So
right. That's cool. That's awesome. All right. Our good friend, Mr. Richard Wolf, has a question for you.
Oh, God. Okay.
He asked if you could say something to Elvis or ask something to Elvis or overall sing one Elvis song with him, what would it be?
Oh, my God. Oh, if I could say something to him. Oh, that's a hard question, man. That really is.
That is hard.
Especially when you know so much about him from everything that you've read,
Yeah.
An emotional roller coaster his life kind of was. I would probably say, you're not alone. You do have friends. You do have people that really do care for you. You just got to know how to weed them out and find the real ones,
It's true.
If I could sing a song with them, I don't know. That's nerve-wracking. That's nerve-wracking to even think about, man. Something that I could harmonize with him with, because I don't think I would ever want to take a lead on one of his songs when it's him. So it would have to be something I could harmonize on. I don't know. I really don't know.
Awesome. All right. Pete Tidd. How are you, Pete? Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Pete?
If you could re-record a Elvis song in your style, what would it be?
My style? I don't even know what my style is anymore. I've been doing this so long that you kind of pick and borrow styles from everybody that you do. But My own style is kind of more like when I do my variety. It's more me singing. It is in my voice, my style, and everything like that. But to record one in my own style, it would have to be a ballad. I think a ballad would be more fit because everything else was so dynamic. Recording it my way just wouldn't work. You'd have to do it like Elvis. But I think a ballad would be good. But I'm not sure what. You guys have to pick one for me, and I'll give it a shot. I don't know.
Sure. That'd be cool. All right. Kimberly Cook asks, what was the best trophy you ever received or the most memorable?
Oh my God. Okay. So this is a funny story. Okay. So when I won the world championship in Memphis, of course you get a trophy, you get cash prize, you get all that trophy. Right. The trophy's like this big. It's this little tiny planet, and I'm not making. It just made me laugh at the time. Right. I'm not making fun. Okay, so when the Windsor Elvis Festival first started, back when Gary Elvis actually got that started years and years ago, I was there at the very first one that they did. That's when my wife and I got together. So we went together, and they had the most amazing trophies ever that I've actually won, and I still have mine upstairs. And I'm telling you, it was huge. Trying to get that back home was something else. But the Windsor Elvis Festival is my favorite trophies that I wish to get that I have not yet, and I don't know if I ever will, is the Chicago Elvis Festival that they do down there with Windy City. The Windy City. Okay. They have like that championship belt that looks like a wrestler's belt. I'm like, oh God, I want that so bad. So I go and I fluctuate. Sometimes I want to compete, sometimes I don't. But I would love that belt, man. That would be so great.
That's cool. That's awesome. All right. Frank Worth says, if you both come to Kansas for a visit, I'll cook for you. Well,
oh my God, he's gonna poison me.
I'm always about food.
No, that man. He's always putting up on his page all the time. He's always cooking on his grill and everything. Man. That's all good. Man.
That's right. Well, Jesse, man, it's been awesome having you on the show. It's been fun, and it's good to see you. I wish it could be in person, but hey, you got to do what you got to do during these times.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you off the screen, and we'll have you wait patiently, and then I'm going to get both of you guys back on, and we'll play a little Elvis trivia. He's like, okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, man. I'll see you in just a few.
All right.
Jesse Aaron, ladies and gentlemen, great entertainer, tribute artist, great friend, just a great guy all around, man. He's just great. So make sure, as I stated earlier, as I put on the screen while both of my guests were on, go give a like to Stewart's page. Stewart Chapman Entertainer is right there. And also give a like to Jesse's world champion tribute artist, Jesse Aaron. And do all that great stuff. Follow them on social media and all that. They would greatly appreciate that. I know they would. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short quick commercial break. And then when we come back, it's time for Elvis Trivia. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back with Weekly Chats with Austin and Elvis Trivia. See you in a few. Hey everybody, Austin Irby here. I want to personally invite you out to the 2021 Austin Irby Fan Retreat, March 25th through the 28th, 2021 in the Great Smoky Mountains of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. This 4-day, 3-night fan retreat in the Great Smoky Mountains. How much better can it get? So you need to come and join us because we are going to have 3 full concerts featuring myself and my other performers for the fan retreat, activities, meet and greets, and so much more. Joining me for the 2021 Austin Irby Fan Retreat is the 2015 Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Champion, Mr. David Lee, award-winning entertainer and tribute artist Michael Chambliss, award-winner, singer, songwriter, and tribute artist Travis Powell, award-winning entertainer and tribute artist Matt Cordell, and the incredible Samantha Chambliss. You do not want to miss the 2021 Austin Irby Fan Retreat. As you can see by the lineup, it is going to be incredible. All you need to do is go to AustinIrbyEntertainment.com, click on the Austin Irby Fan Retreat tab to find out more information, fill out your registration form, and buy your packages. You can do it all right there online at AustinIrbyEntertainment.com. I look forward to seeing you at the 2021 Austin Irby Fan Retreat, March 25th through the 28th, 2021 in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Be there or be square. 2021 Austin Irby Fan Retreat. Don't forget, guys, packages are selling like hotcakes. Is that the word I want to use? That's a cool term, I guess. Selling like crazy, and VIP is halfway gone. Seating is limited. I will tell you, we can only hold 120 people in this venue. So make sure you get your packages fast before they're gone. You don't want to miss out. Hey, Jewel, hope you're doing well. I saw a few comments during all of that. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that a lot. Well, the show is not over yet. We got to do a little Elvis trivia. I want to say something before I bring both guys on the screen. All of you viewers that watch this show every Thursday night, I want to tell you guys, I receive messages after every show on the Elvis trivia part. You guys say that that's one thing in the show that you look forward to every week, that it's entertaining, it's funny sometimes, and it's just great all around. And we get to talk about, you know, the greatest entertainer of all time, Elvis Presley. So how much better can it get? You get to do all that at one time. So are you guys ready? Bruno Nesci, what's up, man? What's up, Joey? Rockin' Joey, hope you're doing well. Are you guys ready for Elvis trivia? I guess you are. Well, let's go ahead and get Stuart back on the screen here with us. Stuart, are you still with me?
Still here.
Okay, cool. All right, and we're going to get Jesse on. Jesse, you still with us?
I'm still hanging here, living through the COVID. I'm doing it.
Oh, Lord. All right, guys. Well, this is how this works. I will start with Stuart. I will ask him a question, and then I'll go back to Jesse. If Stuart was to miss it, then Jesse, you get a chance to get it. I always say the first guy to 5 points wins the game, but normally it always ends in a tie. So, but we'll keep score just to see what happens. It doesn't hurt. All right. So, Stuart, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. What is Elvis's middle name?
Aaron.
That's correct. That's right. All right. Stuart gets one. All right, Jesse. When was Elvis Presley born?
Oh, January 8th, 1935, my friend.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. Stuart, Elvis is often referred to as the king of what?
Rock and roll.
That's right. We're starting easy. We're going to get hard as we go along. Okay. Just saying. All right, Jesse. How many years was Elvis an active as a musician?
Oh, geez. It's like 20-some, I think. I can't remember the exact. As a musician, active?
As an active musician.
It's like half of his life, almost. Like from the time he was 19 or 17 until he was 42. Do the math, babe. You're supposed to do the math for me. What is that? Like 17 to 42? Well, probably since he was a kid too.
Yeah.
But he's talking like active though. He's talking like I had to phone a friend.
Oh, that's okay.
Are you talking? So you're talking technically like from Sun Records when he walked into Sun Records until.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, what's that? What is the math on that? 23 years, yeah.
Oh, God, 23. Stuart,
You got different math than I've got?
My answer has a different math. Stuart, do you have an answer?
All right, go ahead. What do you have?
What do you got, Stuart? Do you got an answer?
I'm thinking 25 years, but I'm not sure.
32 years, maybe?
You said 25, Stuart?
I think so, yeah. But I think
I'm
wrong.
You guys are still close. My answer on my sheet is 24, from 1953 to 1973.
What did I say, 23?
Yes.
Oh,
he said 25, man. That's so close. Okay.
We're right in the middle, right in there.
Jesse, since it was your question, I'm going to stick with you.
All right.
What was the name of Elvis's wife?
His what now?
Elvis's wife's name.
Oh, you're talking about Priscilla?
Yes.
Priscilla W. Presley.
Oh, man. All right, Stuart. What was the name of Elvis's debut studio album?
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, I was breaking up.
What was the name of Elvis's debut studio album?
Debut studio album?
Yes.
Oh. Wouldn't that be Heartbreak Hotel?
Incorrect. Jesse, you got an answer?
You're talking about just the album, right?
Just the album.
It was just called Elvis. It was self-titled. One it just had Elvis on the bottom of it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It was named after himself.
The one with him looking at the sky. He was like,
I actually have it hanging somewhere in here in my room.
yeah, that's a great album. I've got that one.
All right, Stuart, we'll go to you. What was the name of Elvis's final studio album? The final one.
Okay, so that would be the Moody Blue. Is that correct?
Moody Blue. That's right. Yeah. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is closer than what we think. You know. All right, Jesse. What is Elvis's natural hair color?
Oh my God, it was like a blondish color. Like when he was really, really young, it was like really light blonde, and then got to dark brown when he was a little bit older, but like a blondish color.
That's right. That's right. All right, Jesse gets another. It is 4-3, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3. Oh Lord, Cliff Wright is watching. He is the genius.
Cliff's gonna give us the answers off to the side. I want to watch on my phone to see what Cliff said.
Man, I'll tell you what. When I had Taylor Rodriguez and Michael Cope on here, man, he was spitting them out like that. I mean, Cliff's like the encyclopedia, man.
Yeah, I used to be like that when I was younger, but.
All right, Stuart. Around now, this is a roundabout, okay? Around how many songs did Elvis Presley record?
Oh wow, a roundabout number.
I would say around 420 somewhere in that.
Incorrect. Yes, you got an answer.
I want to stay closer to the 700 range.
That's
I think
right.
it's got to be somewhere in the 700.
That is correct. Do you want to guess an exact amount just to see? Because I have the exact amount too.
I'll say 700 and almost 800, maybe like 790.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
You don't realize how many songs the guy did. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh,
Cliff says 792. There's your answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I had my answer that I got off the internet was around 700, close to 790. That was what I had. So yeah, 792 is the exact amount. Okay, Jesse got 5. There's Jesse's 5. Do you want to continue on with the questions just to blurt them out? Why not?
I'm good. Keep going. I don't care. I'm having fun.
Okay. All right. We'll start with Stuart on this. At what age did Elvis make his first record?
Is this for me?
Yep, that's your.
Okay. You said say what now?
At what age did Elvis make his first record?
I wanted to say. Oh man, my brain just went blank for some reason. I know it's like 19, but yeah, I'm gonna say he was 19.
19. Yep. Cliff says 19 too. All right. All right. Jesse, when Elvis was 12, he was offered to do what?
Probably a lot of things. I don't really know. Could you be more specific? Could you use it in a sentence?
Sadly, I cannot.
He was offered to, I don't know, be a commercial or something like that. I have no idea.
He was offered a chance to sing for a local radio station, but he turned it down. Yep. All right, Stuart. How many songs did Elvis write?
Say that again.
How many songs did Elvis write?
Getting into the thick of it now, boy.
Oh man. Well, I don't know that he really wrote that many. I do know that there was maybe one that he wrote.
My answer is Elvis didn't write any songs.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Zero. Okay. All right. Jesse, Elvis once owned a blank named, I think is it Gator?
Is it who?
Is it,
Are you asking me? You're the host.
yeah, I'm asking.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Elvis once owned a blank named, I think it's Skater. Is that the way I think that's how you pronounce it?
Isn't it a monkey? Scatter.
Scatter, yeah,
Yeah,
chimpanzee.
He had a chimpanzee.
That's right. That's right. I didn't know if it was Skater or Scatter.
Scatter. They named him that because apparently he likes to throw poop.
Wow.
Just from what I was reading, that's what they do, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Stuart. How many Hall of Fames has Elvis been inducted to?
How many Hall of Fames?
Yes. Has Elvis been inducted to?
I want to say maybe 3. Is that right?
Incorrect. Jesse, do you got an answer?
How many Hall of Fames was he in? He was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was in the Country Music Hall of Fame. R&B
That's right.
Hall of Fame. I know that I'm missing one. Gospel.
That's right. There's one more.
What am I missing? Let's see. What's gospel? What? Yeah, I said country music already. He's trying to help me from the other room. He's in there trying to keep. So there's we said country. We said pop. Isn't it pop music hall of fame? I don't know. Wouldn't it be?
My answer says Elvis has been inducted in 5 separate Hall of Fames: R&B, rock and roll, rockabilly, country, and gospel.
Rockabilly. That's what I forgot. How could I forget rockabilly?
And Cliff said that, where was it?
Yes,
Elvis co-wrote 2 songs.
To see if we were correct.
Elvis co-wrote 2 songs.
He co-wrote 2 songs. Yeah.
Tyler Hunter, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. All right. Whoever wants to blabber this out can blabber it out.
All right.
This is the death round. I'm just kidding. Before fame, Elvis was what?
Electrician, truck driver.
Truck driver. All right. How many studio albums did Elvis Presley make?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, because I have so many of them, right? Like, so I just.
Yeah.
I know I have every one of them. Carrie, will you go count all my records quick? Tell me how many of them there are.
Stuart, you got an answer?
Is there 23? No.
A lot.
There's a lot,
It's 24.
Yep.
24.
All right.
Surprisingly low.
All right. Here's the last one I got. This is an easy one. What was one song by the Beatles that Elvis covered?
Something.
That'd be me.
Huh?
Something.
I mean, well, something, but then what's that other one we done?
Something and Yesterday and Hey
Yesterday, yeah.
Yes. That's it. Everybody's saying all of them.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Oh, man. Well, that concludes Elvis Trivia. That was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, give them both a round of applause. I wish I could make a round of applause thing on here, but I can't. But I'll just do it myself. Cliff Wright, bow down to the.
Thanks for coming, Cliff.
The king of Elvis Trivia. He'll be on next week. So the guys
nice to Cliff to join us after his 50-second live feed that he's done this week. We appreciate him taking a break and joining us.
Oh,
I love you, Cliff. I am only saying it because I love you.
Oh, man. Stuart, Jesse, thank you both for coming on the show. Thank you both for being a part. And we'll definitely have you both back on sometime soon.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
All right. You guys take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Stay safe.
All right. Bye. Stuart and Jesse, ladies and gentlemen, great guys. Man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Cliff, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. For those of you, next week, I feel sorry for the guys. It's going to have to go up against Cliff for Elvis Trivia. I really feel sorry for you guys. I really do. this is going to be hilarious. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be incredible. I'm ready to see it. But I will say next week, Cliff knows everything, but I'm going to make the questions a whole lot harder. Trust me, they're going to be a whole lot harder. Oh, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Before we close it out tonight, don't forget, next week, Weekly Chats with Austin, we're going to do the Elvis Week edition. It's going to be live right here on the Austin Urban Entertainer like page. It's going to be live on YouTube on the Weekly Chats with Austin channel. It's August the 14th through the 16th. Friday, August the 14th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have special guests Jacob Roman, Bruno Nesci, Brooke Wright, Jacob Etter, and Aaron Walker. And on Saturday, August the 15th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Riley Jenkins, Michael Cullifer, Cliff Wright, Frank Worth, and I'm not going to say it because while the show was going on, my final guest is supposed to be announced for Saturday. Just wrote me and confirmed, but I just want to double check with him to make sure everything's okay. So I'm not going to release the name just yet, but I will say he has been a part of Weekly Chats with Austin before. So I will release that probably tomorrow or sometime over the weekend. That little final little question mark spot will be filled with a guy. Well, if I tell you where he's from, you'll know. So let's just leave it blank. But I'm going to announce it soon. And also, Sunday, August the 16th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern is going to be our sing-along edition. All 10 of our Weekly Chat with Austin Elvis Week guests, the 5 that's on Friday, the 5 that's on Saturday, and myself are going to be all singing along and singing with you guys. And we want you to sing along with us and all that great stuff as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And also, please don't forget to if you're tuning in tonight, please like the Austin Urban Entertainer like page. Follow me on Instagram. If you'd like to send a donation, you can send it via PayPal to aielvislive1@gmail.com and all that cool stuff. And you can also follow us on our YouTube channel as well. If you want to, it's completely up to you. And don't forget, if you want your birthdays announced on Weekly Chat with Austin, just email us at weeklychatswithaustin@gmail.com. Please submit the information that is below. I will say next week, the show is going to be a lot different since it's the Elvis Week edition and we have a lot to cover throughout the show. So a lot of the segments like the question of the day and all that we'll be skipping next week because we're going to have so many guys on the show and so much going on. So go ahead and start preparing your questions for all these guys. And I'm going to have a few questions, and my question is going to be completely different than what you've normally been hearing here on the show. So make sure you mark your calendar and tune in next week because it's just going to be incredible. So thank you to Jesse for coming on the show tonight. Thank you, Stewart, for coming on the show tonight. Both are great guys, great entertainers, great tribute artists. Thank you both for coming on the show. As I stated, don't forget next week, Weekly Chat with Austin Elvis Week edition. That is going to be our finale for season 2. And then we're going to kick off season 3 the 1st of September. And I'm starting to line up guests for that and cool stuff for that. We're going to make the show bigger and better for season 3, starting off in September. So make sure you guys tune in next week. And thank you all for tuning in. Sorry the comments weren't working tonight. I don't know why I couldn't put them on the screen, but hopefully next week when we do the Elvis Week edition, it'll be back to normal. But I got to see all your comments on here. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda Kellum is watching this. You guys can see that. Don't forget about the information I said about the fan club. Join the fan club, and we're going to be doing some awesome things with the fan club next year. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Diane. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you guys for tuning in every week. I appreciate your support, man. The show started like this, and now it's like this, but we want to get it like this. So keep sharing these episodes, like the Austin Urban Entertainer page and all that great stuff. And I greatly appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And without further ado, God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask. Stay positive. Wash your hands. And remember, God loves you. I love you. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Weekly Chats with Austin Elvis Week edition. Until then, God bless and adios. Good night.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good